What's up, everybody? It's your boy Panda Daddy, and I hope your day has been as pretty good as mine. I finally got back from where I was vacationing from. Life was right, and I posted a little bit of it on Instagram, so if you want to see that, Instagram link is in the description down below. So today is Entitled Parents episode 2, because you guys really loved the first episode, so might as well give you what you guys want, right? And this type of video, like the other ones that are just reading, it's meant for video games, doing artwork, schoolwork, sleep, eating. If you just want to listen to my voice and have me read something to you that you guys are interested in, get ready, sit back, and I hope you enjoy today's video. Entitled mom thinks a kid has the right to destroy artwork. Just some background info. I'm 14 and I work for my school, cleaning up and doing the scoreboard for basketball games. We have a rule that says that no people can be in the hallways. Anyway, I was working with a friend when I see a group of boys go into the hallway. I told them the rule and they left. They come back again, so I remind them that they can't be there, and again they leave. Now I see a group of girls go into the hallway. 3 of them were 4 and 1 of them was 8. I tell them that they can't be in the hallway unless they're going to the bathroom. The oldest of them said that they were, and I told them running up and down the hallway giving piggyback rides wasn't going to the bathroom. They huffed, but I thought that was the end of it, but boy, I was wrong. I see the girls go back into the hallway again, this time taking artwork off the walls, playing with it. They actually ripped one by doing so. I told them that they can't be here again, and the entitled kid said, "You're not the boss of me." I told her the school rules. On her way out, she called me a fucking asshole. I was shocked that that even came out of her mouth. So I went to the visiting team's coach and asked who her mother is, and he pointed to the entitled mother. I went up to her and told her what she said to me and what she did to the artwork. She said, "My baby girl would never do that." I bought her a piece of the artwork that she ripped, and she asked the entitled kid if she did that. She, of course, denied. So I did the only logical thing I could do. Get security footage. I showed it to the entitled mother, and she said, "You were harassing her. She had the right to touch the artwork." I was blown back. I went back and forth with her until I asked the referee, who I knew through my dad, to eject her. I told him what happened and he agreed with me. She was absolutely irate. 2 other dads had to escort her out and she was still calling me a fucking liar. I told my boss what happened and he felt really bad for me and paid me extra for my troubles. Some people have to be next level of insane to have that type of mindset. An entitled father smashes our car for making his daughter cry. Alright, so this is pretty short, and it happened a few years ago. Me. I must have been around 10 or 11 years old at the time. My dad and sister went to a sports shop to buy some new rugby boots. A common place to park for this store was just around the corner. My dad goes and parks in a spot, but the entitled father comes speeding around the bend like a lunatic and nearly crashes straight into our car. My sister and I, in the back, froze from the sudden fright. Our dad asks if we're okay, and we say we are. We stay in the car for a minute while my dad got a phone call from a friend. We get out of the car just as the entitled father walks up to my dad with his child and starts yelling because we made his daughter cry. My dad, "Excuse me?" The entitled father, "You nearly made us crash, and now she's crying. Not to mention, you stole our parking spot." "Oh, my bad, chief, but you're the one that nearly crashed into us by speeding around the corner. It wouldn't have happened if you didn't steal our spot. Now you better make it up to my kid and buy her a sweet." There was a gas station across the road. "No, I didn't do anything." My dad notices that the man parked in a handicap spot and informs him that he should probably move his car. The entitled father hesitantly walked to his car. We were a little confused, but we just headed into the store, and 5 minutes later, while I'm trying on some new shoes, the entitled father walks into the same store and whispers into my dad's ear, $15,000 worth of damage on your car, mate. So my dad took us outside to check, and he had smashed the headlights and rear lights on the car. There was a couple looking at the car in awe as they said that they saw the man do it and managed to film it. We took it to the police, and he was fined $7,000 just for the car, and that was that. And I say he got what he got for not only putting other people's lives in danger, but damaging our car. Lady at McDonald's doesn't understand how fast food restaurants work. I've read a lot of these stories and I finally decided to make my own account and share my experience with one in particular, EP and EK. Okay, so a little bit of a backstory. I used to work at McDonald's when I was a teenager, and I'm also deaf, but I read lips. I've developed bacterial meningitis and became fully deaf at the age of 12. I can still speak since I learned how to speak before I became deaf, and most of the customers I got there were very understanding, except one. I was working the front counter that day as I usually did, so I was basically in charge of the inside customers. This was the easiest position for me as I could see the customers and read their lips. A middle-aged lady and her 9 to 10-year-old son walk in, and I say, "Hi, welcome to McDonald's," while signaling at the same time. She doesn't look up and is looking down at her phone, so I can't see her lips, and I can't understand what she's saying, so I explain. Excuse me ma'am, I'm deaf, and I read lips. Can you look up for me?" She rolls her eyes, and I clearly see what she says. "Why would you let a retard work the front counter?" I'm appalled by her behavior, but I just smile and say, "Well, what can I get you started for today?" And then she begins to patronize me by speaking very, very slowly, which, fun fact, actually makes it 1,000 times harder to understand what you're saying. EM, "I want a Diet Coke." "Okay, is that all?" "And a Happy Meal toy." Now, all of our drinks are $1, no matter what size they are, but you have to pay for a Happy Meal toy. We don't just give them out for free. I ring her up and she's shocked. She demands to know why I'm discriminating against her son and forcing them to pay for a Happy Meal toy. I really don't want to cause any trouble, and I wish I could say I told her where she could shove it, but I just ended up giving her the toy for free. I thought I'd have avoided the conflict, but oh boy, I was wrong. I told her that her total was $1.06, and after she paid, I handed her a large cup and motioned to the guy behind her to move forward. She waves a hand in my face and points to the drink cup. "Yes, ma'am." "You never got me my drink." Now, I just thought she didn't see the machines behind her, so I pointed to the drink machine and said, "Oh, there's a drink station behind you where you can fill up your drink." I kid you not. She word for word said, "That's your job. Do I look like I work for McDonald's?" My jaw hit the fucking floor. I never had anyone be so rude to me in my entire life. I ended up telling her that when you come inside, you fill your own drinks because of sanitary reasons. But when she kept on pushing at me, I ended up just using her drive-through drink machine just to give her Diet Coke. While I'm making my drink, my coworker taps me on the shoulder, and this is the reason that this is the EP tag. I see her son making fun of me to his mom by pretending to sign and just in general being a jackass. His mom didn't punish him or tell him off. Instead, she encouraged him and started to make fun of me with him. I went to the back and ended up bawling my eyes out. I felt incredibly embarrassed, and I made a fool of myself by having a disability. I turned in my 2 weeks notice about a week later, and I haven't worked in food since. To everyone reading this, please be kind to people, especially your fast food workers. It's a tough job even if you don't have any disability, and if you see people who have disabilities working and trying to make a living, please be patient and help us out by just letting us do our thing and making us feel welcome. Thank you. Yes, take my $600 gaming phone in exchange for a $20 bag of chips. So, for my birthday, my parents helped me pay for part of my phone as a present, and I had to pay the rest off for myself. That was like another $250 from me, so the phone was very important to me. It was the Razr phone. So I'm at school waiting for my bus, and this kid with a Razr hoodie and a Razr backpack, looks like your typical edgy gamer white boy, starts watching me play. And I didn't think much of it. My bus arrived a few minutes later, and I got on. The next day, the same kid comes up to me but with his mom, and he again starts to watch me play. He then starts asking questions about my phone, like the specs and the price, to which I gladly gave him the answers. So then he turns to his mom, trying to convince her to buy him one, and I already know where this is going based on this sub. EM is his mom, and PK is for the kid. EM, hey, so my son was asking about your phone, and he really wants to have it for like a week to test it out. PK was just hanging back, shaking his head. No, it's my phone, and it's worth a lot, and it's very important to me. Well, it doesn't look like that. It looks like a brick, so it's probably not a lot of money. Well, is $600 a lot? I mean, yeah, but your phone isn't. Don't try to fool me. Search up Razr phone, and you'll see the price, and that my phone is the one shown. Yeah, like on Amazon, it's like $10. I take a look, and it's a case for it. Yo, don't try and fool me. That's a case for it. You know what? Here, I'll give you this much for it. She hands over a 20 and a bag of chips to me. Woo! Free money. JK, actually, I'm like, what is this for? Now I gave you $5. You're going to give me your phone. How does that make sense? No! Stop being an entitled brat and give it to me. Your parents can get you a new one. No! I paid for this, and I'll keep it. The entitled mother snatches the phone out of my hand and puts it in her purse. My bus now comes up, and the driver asks what the argument's about. This kid stole my phone, and I took it back forcefully. That's not true. I can prove it. Bus driver, okay then, do it. Entitled mother, wait, I'll prove it's mine first. The EM then tries to do the password but fails every time. Me, here, I'll do it, so I do the passcode. He hacked my phone! Well, then why does my fingerprint work? I board the bus and never see her again, after getting my phone back though. Entitled mother lies so her child can beat the queue. While I was in college, I used to volunteer at my local church, and during the annual summer fair, I was given the job of face painting, which I loved. The children were well behaved and either waited patiently for their turn or went away and returned later. However, one little boy, EC, who looked about 4, was continually trying to reason with me to go next. I told him that he would need to wait to join the queue, but he would complain that it was too long and then sit with his arms folded, glaring at me. I added his name to the list and showed him, but he didn't want to wait that long and turned his back and began kicking the wall. When he realized he wasn't getting the attention he wanted, he then proceeded to try and start to touch and mix the paints. I called over another adult and asked her to help EC find his mother. Honestly, I was very tempted to just push him to the front and quickly paint something, but there were other children the same age or younger on their best behavior, and didn't seem fair to reward brattishness. Plus, I'm a fast painter, so the longest he would have to wait was a half an hour. Less than 3 minutes later, EC returns with his mother, who turns out to be a major entitled mother. She said, "He told me that you wouldn't paint his face." I told her that I didn't say that and that I had added his name on the list. There was only 7 more people to go, and then it was his turn. "That's a long wait. Why isn't there anyone else painting? There should be more people." I reminded her that this was a little church fair, but she cut me off and said, "Can't he just go next?" All the while, EC is just standing there looking at me like I'd slap him across the face. Another parent who was standing in the queue said, "We're gonna be at the fair for a while, so he can have my son's turn if he wants." EM then abruptly said, "Where are you on the list?" The kind mother tells her she's 4th, and the EM grunts and says, "Ugh, it's still a long wait. We need to go home." You know what? If you really need to go, then I'll push you to the front. I then finish painting a child's face and then pat the seat for the EC. He beams like a cat that just got the cream, sits on the chair, and then demands for something that I don't even have a design on hand for. Bumblebee from Transformers complains that he doesn't look exactly like Bumblebee. What do you expect? It's paint! And then leaves without saying thank you. When they're gone, I sigh in relief. And then the parents begin talking about how awful she was. I continue my work for another hour, and it seems like all the faces are now painted. The fair is almost over, and I'm packing away, and then I look out and I see EM still sitting around one of the tables, drinking a cheap coffee, while EC is sliding across the floor with a lollipop in his hand. Of course, I was annoyed because the only reason why I prioritized them was because they were saying that they were gonna go. If they weren't going to hang around anyway, why insist that your child goes first? Then EC comes in after I finish packing away and tells me that he needs more paint on his face as the cups of black currant juice he chugged was washing it off. I firmly said no, and he went away and says, "Why?" in a very demanding tone, and I turn and say, "Because you're rude, naughty little boy and you don't deserve it." I then walked out the main door and he said something behind me. I don't know what it was, but I didn't care. I just left and walked home feeling satisfied. What's up, everybody? I hope you enjoyed the video today. I had a lot of fun reading these stories. They're funny and sad at the same time. I don't know, it's just a whole bunch of emotions. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed listening to my voice, and if you've gotten to sleep, you probably aren't hearing this part, but if you are awake, hope you enjoyed the video and hope I'm helping you sleep. If you're listening to video games, what games are you playing, fam? It better be Apex Legends. That's like the best game in the world right now. It's completely changed my life. Anyway, I'm rambling. If you enjoyed my video, let me know in the comments down below and leave a like. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and subscribe so you can see all my new and past content. And don't forget to hit that bell so the next time I upload, you can get that notification. Oh, we gotta thank the Patreon supporters, and that is Maria, Pro Cookie, Tatooey, Catherine, Simon Possum, Annie, The Caustic, and Haley. Thank you so much for your support. You make what I do a whole lot easier. And as always, stay zesty.